Aquarius, welcome to Dragon Tale Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your tarot and oracle reading for the Aries full moon of 2021. That full moon will be with us October 20th, 2021 at 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this reading will be all about those lunar cycles and what they will be bringing in for you. So Aquarius, thank you so much as always for joining me. If you are brand new to the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. If you haven't yet done so, I do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. And also give it that dragon claw up and let me know you enjoy this content by clicking that like button. So thank you as always for my new and returning subscribers. These are going to be general messages, Aquarius, so if they don't resonate with you, you may want to check, the different placements on your personal natal chart, things like your rising sign, your moon, your Venus, etc. You can watch the readings that go along with those signs to get even more messages around your situation. So if you're interested in a personal reading, would like any information regarding the card decks that I use, or you would like to make a donation to the channel, all those links and information are down below in the description box, Aquarius. These readings today are going to be about the lunar cycles, and those full moon to full moon cycles last about 28 to 30 days between each cycle. So we're going to be looking at the past 30 days or so, the present energy of what the full moon in Aries is bringing in, and then the month cycle after that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us what you have for our beautiful Aquarius folks out there. Anything that they need to know for their highest and best around this full moon in Aries of 2021, please. Yes. Oh my goodness. That's a big one, Aquarius. And this is, oh my goodness, always these full moons show us the flip side of ourselves. So I would say over this last month cycle, your commitment's being tested. Oh my goodness, absolutely coming up. And what this card really does with that first quarter moon is that it really shows that we're kind of about halfway to a specific goal. It's like we've gone about, we've gone a long enough time to kind of have gotten some things done, but there's still more that we want to do. And I would say over this last, 3 or 4 weeks time, there may have been some circumstances or difficulties or miscommunications, arguments, etc., that made you kind of go, oh gosh, did I do the right thing? Can I do this? Is this going to last? Should I keep going? And so I feel like whatever, if you've gotten through that, or if you're still in the process of getting through that, it's telling you, keep going, Aquarius. Don't give up, because, anytime you get committed to a certain path, there's always going to be little bumps in the road. There's always going to be those moments where you have to make a decision. And for some of you, it may be to say, you know what, I'm going to reverse course. I'm going to go in a different direction. But for some of you, it may be like, no, I really do want to get there. I know there's going to be some hurdles. I know there's going to be some bumps, but I definitely want to keep going. So there, like I said, with this card, there is no wrong decision. It's really what's right for you, or for you and whoever is involved in the situation. Let's get a clarifier here. I feel like it's going to work out though. And Aquarius, I feel like part of what you're going through or have been going through is some growing pains with this flower moon, the blossoming, because that's about growth. It's about things that are, coming to fruition. It's about timing, and it's also about patience, because we can't make the flowers grow or the plants blossom any quicker than they're going to. And whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're really invested in right now, or have been invested in over this last month cycle, I feel like a lot of the fruition is going to come in that Taurus season, which is what this moon sign is part of in this card. And that's, like towards the end of April, beginning of May. that's when I really feel like whatever it is that you're committed to manifesting is really going to pay off in a big, big way. Going into the present energy, what the full moon in Aries is bringing through in your messages is the full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in the way. It's good to be confident. It's good to have self-esteem and self-value and know what you want. But Aquarius, you just want to make sure that ego, pride, always getting your way and having it just your way every time, don't let that get in the way, because this is kind of saying you got to be flexible. Leo energy, Aries energy that's coming in, they're both fire signs, and yes, they're very exciting, very enthusiastic, they want to move things forward, they're very active, but they aren't always the most, what's the word? It's like they don't always take into consideration the feelings of others in the, you know, in their drive and their quest to get what they want. So it's really important for you to do that. It's not just about you, right? It's also about who you're partnered up with. It's also about them being happy on the way towards that goal. Vice versa, if it's someone you're dealing with that's very egotistical or very pushy about, oh, it's got to be my way or no other way, and they're not willing to compromise and they're not willing to see, you know, your side of things, that's not good either. So this to me is really trying to bring that balance into it on both you and whoever it is you're working with, whether that's a love partner, co-worker, friend, family member, etc. If you are dealing with a Leo, that might be extra, because yes, sometimes Leos can be, woo! And you might be dealing with some pride or some hurt ego, and it's really, you know, doing a fancy footwork around that. All right, let's see what clarifies this card for you. However, it's a good time to channel your energy into creativity, because Leo is a very creative sign. And instead of letting ego take over, let healthy self-esteem, confidence, and generous heart energy come into the mix. On top of this, we have the darkness card, the long night moon. And so that is the full moon of December around that winter solstice. I also love the little bunny rabbit down here in the corner, because to me, this is a card that's almost like a little bit of a dark night of the soul, right? There may be something, you know, coming in as well around that holiday season or the New Year's, you know, Christmas holiday, New Year's time, that might be a little bit of either a blockage or a challenge. And it might be really important to stay flexible, put the pride or ego aside, and really let things come to you on a very organic, very sensitive, subconscious level. Because to me, the long night moon is just, it's kind of like getting through something kind of challenging. You know, it's like, you know, the night is long, it's cold, you've got to go through it. But there's that promise that the sun is going to return, right? That's always the feeling that I have with that card. Going into the future, I really love this one for you, Aquarius, because it is one of your own cards out of this deck, the full moon in Aquarius, encouraging you to show the world the true you. Yeah, be yourself. Don't hold back. You know, if you're afraid, oh, if I'm this way, or if I'm too weird, or I'm too different, people won't like me, they won't respect me, they won't care about me, but that's not true. The people that really love you for who you really are going to love you even more when you're truthful, when you're open, when you are yourself. So it's very important for you to be truthful with yourself, truthful with others, you know, show the world who you really are, show the world what you really care about. That's not a bad thing. Let's get into a clarifier here. And we have the resistance. Yeah, because I feel like Aquarius, you, over this next month, this is going to become a thing. And there may be someone or something in your life that's really pushing you to conform, or you might be pushing yourself to conform. But it's sort of like no matter how much you push those trees or plants back, they're going to grow through the cracks, right? No matter how much you try to mold or conform yourself to be somebody else's expectations or the world's expectations of you, you know it doesn't work, right? It's like cutting off your hair and you think that won't grow back, but it does. So, you know, it's like you can only resist that so far. And if you feel like, you know, you're not allowing yourself to be yourself or to speak your truth, the more you resist that, the more painful it will be. So don't resist. Go with the flow. Be your true self going into this month ahead. Let's get some tarot on this reading. We're just going to deepen these messages up. Same layout, past, present, future. I think you're going to get what you want, but you really, there is a little bit of a patience curve here. The big months that I feel are going to, I feel like your kind of your end game is really reached more like April, May. There's going to be sort of a halfway point in that around the winter solstice, around the full moon of winter. And then I really do feel like around the time of Aquarius, Pisces, like, you know, February, March, that's going to be a powerful time as well. But on this past position, right, the commitment being tested, the blossoming flower moon, we've got the 9 of Cups. So what I really feel, the challenge here, Aquarius, is being patient, hanging in there, putting in the effort that it takes to achieve those dreams and those wishes, because it's the 9 of Cups, not the 10 yet, right? You have the wish, you have the dream, you have that hope, you know what you want to manifest, and it's just a matter of putting in the effort, the work, and getting to it. Yes, but things are opening up, and that's so positive. Like I said, you know, Jupiter and the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter, is going direct just a few days before the full moon in Aries. That's a beautiful thing, especially for you because it is in your sign, right? And Jupiter deals with expansion, things moving forward, progress, momentum returning. And, you know, Jupiter has been in retrograde motion for about 5 months. So that means, you know, all this 5-month cycle has been a little bit in hibernation, a little bit on the back burner. Doesn't mean you haven't gotten things done. It just means that the full motion, the full expansion of what it is that you've been wishing for and planning hasn't come full circle yet. But I love that this card came into your reading because I do feel that the things that you've planted in the past are going to gain momentum, right? Whatever it is that you've been working on, especially over this last month cycle, it's going to gain momentum. It's going to go where you want it to go, Aquarius. Do not give up. Right in the center. Yes, this is the take it one day at a time. I do feel like patience is really a part of this. And I feel like this Leo ego card kind of came in because it's like, Aquarius, remember, don't take it personally. The universe isn't trying to hurt you. Your, you know, romantic or business partner isn't trying to hurt you just because things are taking a little longer, right? It's not about that. Things are unfolding in the timing they're meant to with the 7 of Pentacles, because this is planting the garden, you know, reaping what you sow, but it takes time. Yet again, just like that blossoming moon card, right? The flowers and the plants don't grow faster than they can. You will get there. It's just about cultivation, doing the work day by day, and before you know it, you've got an amazing, beautiful garden in front of you, where before it was just seeds in the ground. Yeah, don't get tight. Don't get don't get stingy with your time, right? Because you might be saying, well, if it can't go the speed I want it to, I'm just gonna sit here and close up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep your heart open, because the 4 of Pentacles is that fear of scarcity, that fear of not having enough. This is important for you to keep your heart center open. Don't be too cautious. And don't be too frivolous, right? That could also be some financial balance coming into it. This is definitely keeping a balance of action and inaction, right? You know, taking those times out, but also pushing forward when the energy is there to do so. Going into the future, on top of this Aquarius full moon, the resistance card, we have the King of Wands. That is some very powerful Aries energy indeed. So I do feel over this next month there will be a lot of activity. This is encouraging you to take a leadership role, get what you can do done. Don't be afraid to push forward, move forward as much as possible. Take the actions you're guided to take. Keep your eyes on the big picture here, Aquarius. Communicate your vision. And don't be oversensitive to critique. If you put out a plan and somebody says, I like the plan, but here's what I would either add or change about it. Don't take that too personally, right? They're just trying to help. Whew, these are flipping, flipping, flipping. And the Strength card, yet again, we've got some Leo energy on this. Some nice fire. A lot of Leo and a lot of Aries coming in here. So I do feel like the two big keys are action, fire, enthusiasm, but you also don't want to be, you know, too selfish or too caught up in things only going one certain way, right? Because that's the downfall of those fire signs, right? Instead, stay in that optimistic, enthusiastic, energetic, very, very bright, vital kind of energy. That's the positive side of those signs, right? Very creative, very can-do attitude. They're inspiring, right? Fire signs are super inspiring when they're in their positive alignment. So that Strength card to me, that's the number 8 in the tarot. You know, this is really bringing in that balance. There's that lion, just like that Leo. Don't let the ego, don't let the pride, because the lion is the symbol of our self, our physical manifestation here on earth. And when we're in this human body, we can be selfish, we can be, you know, worried, anxious, angry, jealous, all those feelings that come up to the surface. That's why the woman, the symbol of spirit, she's the symbol of our own spirit, our divine nature that helps to calm that roaring lion that we can be. So it's really bringing yourself into a strong balance here, Aquarius, where you're able to be that very inspiring, visionary, enthusiastic leader without letting ego, pride, or, you know, unduly sensitive feelings get in the way of that. So let's get an affirmation on this for you. And look at this. I love the synchronicity. We talked a lot about the Strength card here tonight. And your affirmation, look at that. We've got strength and we've got strength coming into there, Aquarius. You know what we're talking about. It's not about physical, like, ooh, strength. No. This is the strength of the heart, of the emotions. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. So Aquarius, no matter what you might be worried about, no matter if you're worried if, you know, timing isn't as fast or as, you know, just the way you want it to be or whatever it is, it's going to come out just fine. Don't you worry. You stay strong, stay dedicated, keep weeding that garden, cultivate that garden. It's going to get there so much quicker than you even know. This is beautiful. Guys, have a wonderful full moon, and I'll be seeing you again soon. And Pisces is up next.